My name is Dr. Jaswant Guzder. I work in child psychiatry at McGill. For a long time, there was this delusion, I think, in North America that because you come here, you melt into a single culture and all your antecedents and ancestors and cultural embedding means nothing. But in fact, the contrary is true. People are very strengthened by some issues which actually form themselves, even from the age of 4 onwards. People have a very strong idea about who they are that starts very young in life, their gender and their culture. We understand that well-being is something that shifts with context. And I think we spoke before about the Sri Lankan War, for example, where we did some work. And after the war, or during the war, there were large refugee camps where psychiatrists were invited to come and help these populations who were fleeing their homes. And they were in a terrible state because they had lost many members of their family, their farms had been burned, the war was not finished. And the psychiatrist asked the people, what would help you to have a sense of well-being now? And they said, we want to ritually bury our dead because we have had to leave in war and we've left them behind, and we are religious Hindus and we need to be able to do what we consider our duty to the dead before we can go on. And so this would be an example of learning that well-being has to be a consultative process. That is, you have to ask the person who is distressed and impaired what also constitutes their definition of well-being, not our definition. And you have to build the solutions out of the complex agenda of belief systems, culture, safety, the planet. I mean, there are many elements to it. It's very important to listen to each person because even in a family, everybody could differ on how they define well-being. And also, cultures have very different definitions of well-being. What constitutes a well-functioning family is very different in a collectivist society, is very different in a very individualism-driven society. It's very different according to contexts which have to do with belief systems, with ideas, with what's considered to be ideal in our lives or not ideal, even how we define adversity. So I think that we are beginning to appreciate, and I hope that that is part of the work in psychiatry, that every individual has a unique narrative that's complex, that is internal and is also external at the same time.